Hello guys.
Hello.
So we have with us Sean and Apple, CEO of the SEO Hacker. Yes, so we'll divide it into two. So the first part is about the company, and then the second part is your relationship because I minister to singles. So first part, company. Nag-start si SEO Hacker.
2011. 2011 siya na-register as a sole proprietor, but I started the company really when I graduated from college. That's 2010 of January, 1 month before my graduation. Kasi nag-freelance na ako.
Oh wow!
So, freelance lang talaga ako na-start. And then, as time went by, nagkaroon ako ng client, which is a big real estate developer in the country, high-end. Because they required na doing business with a registered company. So, napilitan ako, in a way, to register the TTI. That's 2011 April.
Okay. And then, kailan pumasok si Apple in the picture for the business?
Oh, last August, last year.
Last August.
Oh, really? Akala ko parang
So the partner has always been Kevin.
Okay.
Kevin, my brother, has been with me in 2012 nung graduate siya.
So yun yung dito ko.
Yes.
Okay.
Siya talaga. Silang dalawa yung dynamic.
Okay. Galing. So, what do you think? Kasi from that time on, ikaw lang. I'm sure ikaw everything.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
And then now, how many employees do you have now?
Close to
Including
50.
us.
Yes.
Including the exit
Oh my
companies.
gosh, 50 na! Grabe, congratulations, sobra!
Please God, please God.
So, what do you think are the 3 things you feel you did right in order for it to grow this big? Top of
Is it
mind.
for
For
me?
each of
For
us.
each.
Okay.
Okay. For me, get a supportive wife.
Mhm.
Nasa top 4 yun of the... So they, I think,
Hindi na
nagkaroon
po
sila, yun, nagkaroon ng survey sa richest people in the world, yung top 5 qualities na meron sila. And yung number 4 is they have a supportive wife.
Wow, okay.
So I think that's a big deal. The others is, the second one is have an anchor in your life. Not just in business, but in your life. Kasi entrepreneurship, one of the biggest enemies is when you encounter, and you will encounter adversity. Whether it's a client, it's a team member, it's an executive in your team, or yourself or your family, or friends, naysayers. And when those times come, and you're questioning or doubting yourself, and you don't have an anchor, you will really succumb to anxiety and depression, which is the spirit of the age today.
Yeah, sobra.
Diba? So, and a lot of entrepreneurs now are young, so they will succumb to it unless you have an anchor. My anchor is, of course, in Jesus Christ, who told me, do not worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will worry about itself. And he also said that I know the plans I have for you to prosper you and harm you, to give you hope in the future. So, yun ang anchors ko sa life eh. Tapos, because I live, you also shall live. Ang dami promises that I hold on to. And ang importante, yung anchor mo is in a never-changing entity or person. Kasi kung yung anchor mo, nasa girlfriend mo, boyfriend mo, nasa parents mo, nagbabago yan eh.
Parang sarili.
Or nasa sarili mo, nagbabago ka eh. Nasa mentor mo, nagbabago rin yun eh. Right? You cannot have a changing entity or person na doon ka naka-anchor. Kasi once they change, you will erode. A part of you will erode. And that's dangerous for business. 9 out of 10 businesses fail. That's still the statistic today. That has been the statistic ever since. So if your chances of succeeding is just 10%, you have to optimize all your factors to succeed. And the last one, I guess, pwedeng spiritual, no? The last one is always pray and read the Bible. I know it sounds cliche or it sounds na ba't ganun, pero nakalagay kasi, I'm a Bible-believing Christian. And the Bible says, Joshua 1:8, do not let the book of the law depart from your mouth. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything within it. Then you will be prosperous and successful. So when I was young, I think I was 12 years old, nabasa ko yun, sabi ko, prosperous and successful, I would give an arm and a leg to have that. Prosperity and success. A lot of people would kill to have that. Pero ang kailangan ko lang pala gawin, basahin yung Bible.
Mm.
Like, mababasahin ko ito araw-araw. So, I've finished the Bible for 13 times now. It's my 14th time. And through His word and promise, I have not lacked in anything. But there were times, as I was sharing kanina mga with you na Skyflix lang nakain ko, I went hungry. But that's the lowest I've been. And I also, that time, Red, I was in the wilderness. My heart was in rebellion. My heart was not right with God. But when I finally listened to Him, to His will for my life, and took the small steps, kahit di mo makita kung saan ka papunta, you can only see what are the few steps ahead of you. Just take it, and God will lead you to where He wants you to go. And then, so included dun sa pangatlo ko na reading the Bible and praying is, of course, obedience. And one thing that God commands in the Bible is that you tithe. Tithe means tenth. You give a tenth of everything you make to God. So simple, and yet we try to reinvent prosperity. Nandiyan na sa Bible nakalagay na ito yung gawin mo. But the problem with people today is we think there must be a more sophisticated or modern way. There is not. God has made it that way for a reason, and that is faith. We need to have faith in Him. There is no real explanation why God will bless you if you give Him a tenth of what you make. And there is no real explanation why we need to give to God a tenth of what we make if He owns everything. Wala explanation dun eh. However you want to scientifically prove it, you cannot prove it. But the thing is, it has been true in my life. Malakay, sabi ni God, test me now on this. Give your tithes and see if I will not open the floodgates of heaven to bless you with so much so that you will not have enough room for it. And siguro, I think kaya pinaranas sa akin ni God yung lowest points in my life is because now, I'm 100% content. Like, at any point in my life, contented ako. Whether dumami pa or mabawasan, I'm still contented, I'm still happy because I've been through the lowest of lows. I owned one denim jeans, napunit 4 na beses sa project, pinatahi ko 4 na beses kasi wala akong pera. One pair of shoes, yung suelas sobrang nipis na, tam-tak naramdaman ko na. Hindi pa ako tam-tak naramdaman ko na. So I have been that poor, and so lahat na ng more than that, I really am thankful for. And contentment is all about being joyful with whatever you have. So I think God wanted me to learn that early on before blessing me with even more.
Wow, so much wisdom. When you were in the wilderness, were you reading the Bible at that time?
Yes. So I've always been reading the Bible, and I've always been meditating on it every day.
Sino nag-influence you?
Joshua Mani.
Well, how did you get to read that?
I attended a lot of kids camp when I was in grade school.
Okay.
That's every year we will have summer camp. And perhaps one thing that I enjoyed in my time in school is I was severely bullied. So I really don't like school. I have a bias towards homeschooling. We're homeschooling our kids now. Because I was severely bullied growing up, elementary and high school. And the only thing I really enjoyed was kids camp. Kasi hindi ko mga kaklase yun eh. Puro iba-ibang level kami. And I could make new friends, new relationships. And through kids camp, of course, it's a 4-day retreat, sometimes 3-day retreat. We would study the Bible, we would sing songs to the Lord, we would worship. And I encountered the verse somewhere there.
And then that stuck with me now. Nice. Last follow-up question. How does Apple support you? Because it's a number one reason that you mentioned.
Well, we just finished Strengths Finder workshop. And the number one strength that I have is self-assurance. And that is actually having a confidence that comes from God only knows where. That you just know what you're doing or where you're going is the right way to go or what you're doing is the right thing to do. And in order for me to fully be able to know fully be able to accomplish or achieve or undertake that is if my other half supports me. So kahit na alam ko yun yung tama, pero sinasabi niya sa akin na mali, hindi ko siya gagawin kasi it costs me. Kasi literally it costs me. If I hire someone, sinabi niya ko i-hire, it costs me at least 10,000 pesos. So, not 10,000, mga 100,000 in mistakes, relationships with client na naging complicated. It cost me a lot. So, sabi nga sa Proverbs, diba? a godly wife who can find. Godly wife who can find. She is full of wisdom. And yung wisdom na binigay ni God sa ladies is iba. Iba. And kailangan namin yun, kaming mga guys, pagdating sa business.
Hindi use the intuition.
Yes. Iba yung intuition na binigay ni God sa inyo, mga babae. Iba yung sa mga lalaki.
Ano na sa mga difference?
Intuition ng babae is more of feeling. Pero hindi natin pwede i-discard yun. We cannot discard just because you have a feeling. Kasi ang kadalasan, ang problema ng mga lalaki, sabihin nila, hindi, that doesn't make sense. It's not logical.
Okay, yes.
But in reality, if you read the book Blink by Malcolm Gladwell, sometimes a feeling comes from our subconscious, which is much more faster in processing than our conscious brain. Kasi our conscious brain only allows, we only use like 9 to 10% of our brain for our consciousness. The rest is subconscious. So nagka-calculate siya, may alam siya, na hindi lang natin malagay sa consciousness natin. And ang sinasabi natin is it's a feeling.
Okay, yes.
Yun yung, so Malcolm Gladwell, Blink, read up.
Grabe, so research-based.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah,
thanks.
very well explained.
How about from the wife?
Okay.
Apple.
So the top 3 things, or the 3 things that let me influence or help me improve this program. The first one, we are both Bible-believing Christians, and the first one would be the verse, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added." I've always shared with Sean that having a rich man wasn't part of my list. It never was. But having someone who is hardworking and a man of God is definitely part of the non-negotiables. So, seeking ye first the kingdom of God. It's always been about what will glorify my King, what will glorify my God. And again, as already shared with Sean, reading the Bible, I really prayed before I ventured on working alongside Sean. Kasi I've only worked for my father for the past decade, actually 11 years up to present. It's actually my last year with him. Anyway, last year with our family business, because more and more responsibilities are already under my wing. So, seeking ye first, I really prayed before venturing in with Sean. And talagang God told me I should be. So that's my number 1, seeking first the kingdom of God, which is Matthew. And then, my number 2 would be, I also believe in the verse, to seek counsel. To seek counsel, what's that verse? Parang,
With many
with
advice,
many, yeah, parang you make less mistakes.
victories are one of many advice.
Yeah.
Proverbs.
Right. So with that, sa SEO Hacker, we have an Execo that we meet every Wednesday nights before we undertake or we have important decisions for the team.
FPL.
Every other Wednesday.
Either every Wednesday night or every other, but very regular. So the council of 4 people, that will be Sean's siblings. It's really, really helpful because we have, thanks to Maria, we have a lot of knowledge now on what our strengths are. We complement each other, and we try to see the angle from different points of view. It's really good to have that when you have business na hindi lang one or two yung nag-design, but a group of people who you really trust, who is very much involved, and who is also equally invested in the company's work. And number 3, similar to Sean, is obedience. Obedience brings blessings. We know this. And in John, Jesus said, "I know who loves me, because those who love me obey my commands." So in obedience again, I prayed that if I were to really work alongside Sean, and the answer was yes, so I obeyed. And by the grace of God, I also believe that I am being blessed through Sean because he's a husband and through SEO Hacker because it's our husband. So,
How do you know it's the voice of God?
pray.
How do you know it's the voice of
Kasi
God regarding?
obedience is key, right? So how do you know that it's His voice? Or
I think that's great.
Okay, the voice of God, definitely if it's consistent with His Word, okay, yun yung pinaka-basic. Kailangan hindi siya unaligned sa Word ni God. And then number 2 is, pray. Really pray. Kasi with His Word, He speaks to you with other people. He uses a lot of communicate with you if you only take the time to really listen. So, with regards to Sean and SEO hacker, how do I summarize how I heard the voice of God? So, number one is we had to move from QC. We lived in Timog, Quezon City. Then we had to move to BFO, and we all know traffic in Manila is horrible, to say the least. So working for my family business, who is in New Manila, is actually very impractical. But even though we moved, I was still negotiating it. Parang, okay, I'll still do all the online logistics or online stuffs to do, like sourcing, logistics, and everything for my father's company. And then secondly was my situation at that time was we had a 1-year-old, so I'm still breastfeeding at that moment. So it was really taking a lot of time. So adjusting to a new environment, working, breastfeeding. And then the punch of it all was my house help at that time, Mariaya. We've just found out that she has endometrium cancer. So I was really alone in a new place, and Sean was very much busy kasi kakamulo na sa South. So he's definitely arranging everything in the house. So I was really alone. And I remember praying to God that one of my strengths as it is responsibility is to worry. So I love getting things done. I love you doing the checklist. We all know as a new mom, you rarely get to do that. I mean, I changed the diaper. Oh, I need to change the diaper again. I just breastfed. Oh, I need to breastfeed again. So I felt really lost. So I had to get it put together with my maker and pray, Lord, this is really from you. Do you really want me to still keep working? Do you really want me to still do this and that? So the voice came in a still voice when most or majority of my friends were telling me, it's impossible what you're doing. You really need to choose one. That was the next one would be my husband nudging me. I really need you. I say I'm very task-oriented, you're people-oriented. And I'm having difficulties with empathy the first time. So, yeah.
It also started when for me, when Apple kept on telling me, you need to fix this. I told her, again, why don't you come in and do it? Kasi alam mo na pala eh. Diba? Alam mo na pala na dami kailangan gawin sa mga areas na yan. I cannot do it anymore because I'm the only one running sales. I'm the only one meeting clients. No one in the
Being back then.
30 feet, 35, 30 was doing any client facing. It was just me. And then I have one accounts person that's trying. That's it. So I needed help there. Dahil she was telling me from time to time about those things. I didn't know what
So
was
it comes
happening.
to this one standardized that you
Yes.
Okay.
There was still a voice in my head na you need to be a helpmate to your husband. And he's already put na sinasabi din na sa'yo, I need your help in this particular aspect. So, sobrang nag-magnify siya sa akin. Ano pala talaga yung gusto ko?
How long have you been working with the Lord?
So that's in college.
Wow.
5. No, 6.
Tagal na rin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Praise God. So, I was first introduced by...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
By her ex.
By my ex. The
Thanks for
word.
making it easier for her.
Yes, thank you. So I was first introduced to CCF, our church, by my ex. And then, personally, God spoke to me to read the Bible. Because as a Catholic, you would just normally read your Bible during religion class. And then it gathers on us like this. So, yun, sobrang, wow, that's how you interpret these stories can be applied pala in real life. So I was reading all day that time. In just a usual Bible study that you would find quite boring or uninteresting, I really loved it. So, yeah, they can live it.
Okay. So thank you for that. So to summarize it all, that's really your faith and your obedience that led you to where you are now. So part 2 is your relationship. So what do you think are the 3 things you did right as a single woman, as a single man, to be able to get to the right person?
But we did a lot of wrong things.
Okay, that's also a good point. So among all the things you did, wrong and right, what would you say would be the right things you did?
Number 1 is have your to-do list first. For the guys out there,
Yes,
this is for you.
please.
Have your to-do list, and I require 5 things of myself in order for me to finally say na, yeah, I'm ready to court someone. The first and the easiest to know is if you're financially ready. If yung papakain mo sa kanya galing sa allowance mo, hindi ka financially ready. So, you need to be earning your own keep and use that to pay for your dates. And kahit na alam mo, uso na ngayon, ang empowerment sa women and them having a say if they want to pay half of the bill whenever you go out on a date, I still think it is more noble and honorable if you, the man, would pay for it. So that's something that I really went ahead and put my foot down with Apple when I was courting her, that I want to be the one paying the bills. I know that she can because she was more financially stable than I am. Sabi ko na I would feel bad as a guy. I don't think it's a noble thing and an honorable thing to do, to let the lady pay. So that's the first one. Kasi kung hindi mo kaya bayaran yung pang date mo, wala ka rin namang ibang papakasal sa kanya. I think that the goal of every serious or every relationship between a man and a woman should be marriage. If you know na hindi talaga kayo compatible, then just break it off. Ganun talaga eh, di ba? Just break it off as honorable as you can. But do it as quickly as you can as well. Huwag mo nang patagal. Pero pag alam mong she is the right one for you, you know it in your heart, and you know that God is telling you that, huwag mo na rin patagalin. Prepare, save up for the wedding day. Second is be spiritually ready. If you cannot lead yourself and your relationship with the perfect being, which is, of course, God, which is Jesus Christ, hindi mo kayang kausapin si Lord araw-araw, siyang hindi ka naman kinapat or pinapatin pag nagsasalita ka, pag nagdadasal ka, at laging nakikinig sa'yo. Don't think that you can talk with another person who can cut in, butt in, disrespect you when you have conflict. Diba?
Galing, analogy.
So, spiritually, you need to be talking every day, having that relationship. And relationship is built through communication, listening to the other person and praying and talking. So that's praying and reading the Bible in terms of God. If you're not able to do that, you will not last in your relationship. You will not last in your marriage. Number 3 is intellectually. Be prepared. Make sure that you're feeding your mind, reading books, going to seminars, getting mentors, because we don't know it all. In fact, I would say I know very little, and I need a lot of good people who are doing a lot better than me to help me out in a lot of areas in my life, even today. And lalo na nung naliligaw pa lang ako, when I was just about to court Apple, I really knew very little. And in order for you to be successful in life and to affect your financial, you need to feed your mind about the right things. Not passively, but actively. Intentionally. Ngayon, sinasabi mo, oh, yes, I feed my mind naman, pero Facebook newsfeed, passive yun. Kung ano lang binibigay sa'yo ng Facebook, di ba? Yun lang, ang problema, alam naman natin, lahat na Facebook, maraming fake news, maraming trivial information, hindi mo naman nagagamit sa buhay. So, don't do that. Be active, be intentional in what you put in your mind. Kasi you only have 24 hours a day. It's a zero-sum game. Hindi ka na madadagdagan ng oras. So, choose what you want to learn. Number 4 is your physical. Lalo na sa ating mga lalaki, importante yan. Make sure you're healthy, not just muscular, not just fit, but healthy. Because if you are sickly, matatamaan din yung provision mo sa family. You will not be able to provide well. In fact, nagiging money sinkhole ang health mo. Kasi mahal ang healthcare ngayon. So, exercise, eat right, eat well, and lastly, that will be your emotional. Kahit sabihin natin tayo mga lalaki, we're logical, we or not emotional, although may mga ibang lalaki, they would say they are emotional, but we still have our weaknesses. Maaaring di ka emotional sa decisions mo sa work, pero pagdating pala sa family, pagdating pala sa love life, napaka-emotional mo. Which is me back then, right? I was very emotional when I was courting Apple and she would say things that I didn't like. So, I had to learn to hone that. How do you control your feelings? Harold Salinas' book, How to Make Your Emotions Work For You, is a very, very good book. Yan ang binasa ko, no? And I understood myself better why I feel certain things, why I feel this when this happens. Or you can go to a program like Glory School sa CCM, where they will uncover things hidden, no? Or dug deep in your heart. Yung sinasabi natin skeletons in your closet, na hindi natin alam na nandun. We don't know that they're there. So, mas delikado yun. Because you don't know where things come from. Things that you say, things that you decide. Pero these things will be uncovered, they will be dug up. And a lot of those are the reasons why you feel certain things, why you're emotional about certain situations in life. Like kung yun nga, in my experience, when I was courting Apple, I was emotional whenever she says some things to me. That's because I have things that I have not yet resolved within myself. So I think, ano na yun, like I'll end with that kasi dami ko yung masabi.
Pero ano ba yun? 5 things you consider before dating, before getting married.
Before
Para
dating.
lang qualify.
Before dating.
Even before dating.
Before dating. Kasi kung sasabihin kong before marriage, too late ka nun. Kung doon mo palang binibuild yun. Before dating, you prepare these basics. These are the minimum.
Wow.
Yung sinasabi ko permission to play. For me, that's my permission to play. Pag okay na ako doon, then I have permission to play, to court my girlfriend or my first girlfriend. Yeah, which is ako.
Paano yun? Sorry, go.
Yeah.
Yung fifth mo nun, sabi mo yung emotional hindi pa. Pero you were dating na.
I was courting her, like she didn't like
I had
me.
to say no.
She had to say no. So for 8 months,
We did not.
I had time to develop it.
Oh, wow, 8 months. Bilis mo ha.
Tagal ng 8 months.
Sinabela mo na ng 8 months?
Doon din start si SU.
Kasi
Ano naman?
doon nag-grow.
Doon.
Kasi
Oh my God, di ba na?
8 months, well, depende sa tao eh. Like, you know my strengths. I'm a very
Yeah.
Activator.
Oo, eh. So, 8 months for me was like a long time na rin.
Oh my gosh. Okay, see?
Pag marriage naman, just to
Yeah, go
like
ahead.
give a little bit more information. Permission to play sa marriage, in my opinion, you
Yeah.
have to go to marriage seminars.
Yeah.
So when I was in my teen years, I went to 3 marriage seminars and 4 parenting seminars. Parang 14 years old pa lang. I started na. And that's because you need to prepare. And marriage is no joke. You cannot,
pretty parasite.
pero imperfect pa rin. Mali.
3 months in our boyfriend-girlfriend stage. 3 months in, nag-married ang council.
That's
Thanks,
the way to
Nick.
do it.
Huwag mo na patagalin, di ba?
Oo.
Alam mo siya yun. So, prepare ahead kasi marriage is very difficult and you cannot quit. It is, di ba, sabi ni God, what God has put together, that no man separate.
Yeah.
And as a man of honor, and I think all men should be men of honor, you have to protect that covenant that you entered in with God. That matters. If you cannot keep that, then I don't think you can keep anything else in your life. I don't do business with people who I know are unfaithful to their spouse. Because if you cannot keep that covenant, you will not be able to keep anything else. So, prepare ahead before getting married. Permission to play lang yun. Within your courtship stage, my suggestion, go to marriage counseling, find mentors sa marriage in the future, sa dating stage. Find mentor for yourself, in your business or profession. Ask your girlfriend to find mentors for herself as well as she prepares for supporting you, respecting you, and nurturing the home.
Pero yung dating process, yung mentors for it are people who are married already. And yung dating, courtship, di ba? Tama ba yung
Mentors
understanding
for
ko?
better.
Yeah, married, di ba? Kasi at least,
Yeah. Yung gusto mo, yung model mo
yeah, that's
for
where you wanna be.
marriage.
Wait, okay, 9 pointers guys. I love it. I love it! Sige. Wait, sorry. Why did you say no first? And then you want to...
Oh, okay. So he mentioned earlier that he was quite emotional at that time. And he was super kulit. Like helicopter
Yeah.
super siya. Na if he asks me, kasi super layo namin, diba? He's from the south. Emo, QC.
And maximize.
Oh!
And maximize ko siya. Tapos parang he would say, actually, hindi ka visit mo. And I would say, it's okay, you don't need to pass the pa. And then his parang would say, bakit kasama ko pa si ganito?
Oh!
Like, diba?
Okay.
Or, parang,
Oh, ganun ka pala.
Medyo
siya.
matagal.
Okay.
medyo matagal ako hindi nag-reply sa SMS. He would go like, bakit pala matagal mo nag-reply?
Oh.
So I wasn't very comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Diba?
Okay, yes.
And give me my space. Who are you?
Yeah.
So, sobrang fun. Pero ito, parang one of the pointers din nga that Sean would mention, diba, kapag ayaw mo na sa kanya, or like, you don't see yourself in that particular relationship, ended na, kaagad, and clearly.
Yes.
So what happened was, with Sean and me, I really thought I was clear, like, telling him that I'm really not ready for a relationship, or telling him that I'm not ready in a relationship, I don't see myself in a relationship in how many years. So he would go like, oh sure, I'll wait for you, ganyan. So up to the point, kasi talaga ikaw, yun ang gusto ko talaga sabihin. So I went straight talaga and told him, this is also thankfully the advice of my disciple at church. She told me, Ako, you have to be straightforward. You are doing him a great delight. Okay? Alam ko, for you, hirapan ka. Pero it's really good for him and good for you. So you have to be straightforward with it. So I was like, even if I were ready, it's not going to be you.
Oh my God, iba na.
It was really straightforward.
Okay.
So, at that time, as in, talagang clear out, okay? So it was, no communication, nothing. I really thought, wala na. Both of us, actually. We both got an orders. But God intervened, yes.
Oh, okay. Ito yung
Love story.
yes, yung love story nila.
Mahaba.
Mahaba. Kumbaga parang dinaan lang sa, di ba parang dinaan sa daddy?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
my dad
and
was...
So, pinakilala siya sa atin, ikaw. Hindi. Kasi yun naman yung pinipili.
Pinakalala na talaga ako sa kanya. Pero it wasn't nice.
Kasi prayer mo, ipakilala pala. I love it. Okay, you're pleasing.
Hindi ko
Anywho,
in-answer pa rin talaga siya.
so, ikaw naman, what are the things that helped you or you did right as a single woman?
It's a single. Number one thing is I really love what you shared earlier because that resonated with me up to this very day. I have always told John, I really wish I never had other past relationships with him. I really wish that none of my exes, but never, basta sana never na lang ako nagkaroon ng other feelings. It's only because it would spare me of heartaches. It would spare me of those times na I could have actually improved myself in many different areas rather than talking on the phone, eating with the friends, talking about boys, yung mga ganun. But of course, that's part of life and I embrace that. It's just that I wish na I wasn't that weak. Or I wish I had a client or a mentor who would have told me, master mo na, mission din. Bago hate, messy, and miserable. Kasi sobrang totoo siya. Because we're all broken. We all have bondages. We all have loose strings, actually, created by our environment or family. So, number one, I would really advise all women, all single ladies, to be complete in yourself. To be assured that your God and your Maker loves you completely as you are because you're wonderfully and fearfully made.
Commercial.
So yun, wonderfully and fearfully made. And you are complete in yourself. So, sobrang nice lang na when you meet your other one or when you meet your perfect one, your soulmate, that you're assured of yourself, of your values, of your skills, of the things you can do as a woman. Empowered ka na because your God is powerful. Because your God is more than enough. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is, this part, I really, really wish that we definitely did not succeed in this part. But I already advise a lot of young ladies that this one. But of course, we're not perfect in this one. We're gonna get measure. So number 2 is purity. It doesn't mean kasi talaga guys na everyone's doing it, you should also do it. So at that particular moment, in your teens or when you're in your 20s, hormones are everywhere. And we like to be intimate, we like the enjoyment of having someone to hold your hand, and then someone to buy you, and then someone to hug. Of course, it escalates into something. So purity kasi is reserved talaga for me in the bounds of marriage. And how do I do this? For single ladies, I know it's hard to imagine, it's hard to understand this, but it's so much more enjoyable with your spouse. There are no hold guard, there are no fear factors. Wala eh, it's blessed kasi God really gave you the one to enjoy intimacy with.
Not just the ladies.
Yeah,
Lalo na sa guys, purity has been discarded in this day and age, especially with the advent of pornography,
Yeah.
where sex has been commoditized to as easy as flick. So, yan ang something that you need to renew in your mind, that sex is not a commodity that you can get in one click. It is something that is very precious, and God reserved it only for between a man and woman marriage. And you need to specify between a man and woman kasi yun talaga yung isang marriage. Hindi that talaga na.
Oh.
If you're wondering, sometimes sabi ko, it's the first girl that I courted and had a serious relationship with.
Diyan na.
Sayang sayang yung oras mo, sayang yung pera mo, sayang yung effort mo. Kung hindi rin pala, magiging siya yung asawa mo. I know that, a lot of people say, this is hard. Sean is one of the successful people in business. And I want to tell you right now that one big factor is hindi ako nagdiwaliw sa pag-date or panliligaw ng maraming bahay. When I courted Apple, yun na yun. I was serious, and yes, that was, doon ako bigay ng oras, doon ako bigay ng effort. And effort talaga kasi pupunta sa kanya limang sakay yun. One way. No? Tricycle, jeep, bus, MRT, Daka jeep. So, limang sakay. Sa one way, effort, tsaka pera. Kasi yung pera, pang date, pero, siya naman yung pinakasalan ko. And she is a godly woman, she is a supportive wife, great mom to her kids. And if you want to be successful in business, but you're using your time now fooling around with women who you know you will not marry, you're not going to be a successful businessman. Even if you have a lot of money now, chances are you will lose that in the future. Kasi the habit of keeping to one wife, that is a discipline that you build over time as you grow in your love for God.
Okay, so number 3 would be accountability. Yan. Super important siya. Kasi guys, ladies, we're very mature. And we get to be carried away by the moment, especially when super good with words, yung mga guys. Kasi syempre, best foot forward sila, courtship stage. Tapos, lots of exciting places to go to with your friends. And accountability is very important. When you're in a relationship, or at least dating with someone, you have to be accountable to a godly person na yun nga na-mention ko yung diba? Hanggang dun lang kayo. Hanggang dun lang dapat. Kasi you wouldn't want to miss out on the blessing kasi of a good marriage, a pure marriage that is given by God. And also, I think baka na-miss out namin dalawa, but it's very much understood sa amin dalawa that you definitely be in a relationship with someone who has the same faith, who really believes in what you believe in. Kasi ang hirap kung kumari, when you go to this church, he goes to that church. Tapos pagkakawalan niyo yun, or kailangan ko mag-compromise doon. Paano ko mag-grow? Mag-hinder yun eh. It will hinder your growth and also his growth. So parang for me, it's quite unfair. Diba na kung both pala kayo pwede naman simultaneously mag-grow, bakit hindi? So, you should have the same thing. Para yung values ng kids yung dalawa, you're very much assured that kahit na wala ka, you're traveling, you're working, you're busy, your partner is instilling it in your kids. You're sure doon Tapos, also, because we're in the same league, for example, with Sean, like, alam mo, may track record na siya sa akin na he is trustworthy, he is pure. Diba? Na hindi ako takot na, for example, I'll be traveling for our family business na, which happens, na, no, I'm leaving my husband for 3 days, 3 nights, but this is not me kaya. Wala akong ganon. I have the clarity or by the grace of God, I have that confidence na he fears God more than he loves me. So I know, okay kami. Tapos my husband, as you may know, is a speaker. He is everywhere. Diba? He needs lots of pretty ladies, prettier than me, or lots of sexy ladies, ganyan, diba? Parang wala akong envy factor or wala akong insecurities because I know again, for a fact, that my husband fears God more than he loves me. Kasi kung ikaw yung una niyang love, paano kung at that particular moment you can love? Or then, diba? I mean, hindi kasi, you're not always in love. Diba? Because love, people would say, is an emotion, but it's really a decision. Pero you're not always decisive as well, right? But if you fear your God, and you put Him first, against Him first above everything else, diba eh? And if you have found that person who values the same things as you are, treasure talaga siya. Kasi, a lot of women are warriors. That includes me. But I don't worry about these very important things. Like him being faithful, like him being pure. I don't. Because I trust my God. I trust my Maker. He allowed us to be. He loves him. Ayun, he loves me. Wala na lang.
Grabe, namin
So,
na ulit namin.
Guys, alam niyo na, para hindi kayo pagdudahan. Sabihin mo sa kanya, marami na akong kailangan sexy at pocket ng babae bago ka. Pero ikaw pa rin ang isang pinili ko.
Wait, last question. How did you know it's him?
May siya ng scientific.
I asked for signs.
Specific sign.
A specific
Super
sign. An
specific.
impossible sign.
I asked for 2 birds to come inside the house.
Oh.
And then leave when I see them, the baby. So it really exactly happened.
The day after.
I don't remember.
Pero sa nagano yung inaas mo na sign?
Because na if it's really him. Kasi ako naman, also, I don't want to be in a relationship na with someone who I'm not gonna marry. Kasi I've already had
Yeah,
2 past relationships eh. So sabi ko, I don't want to heartache anymore. Heard ko siya na, maybe this time.
Saan galing yung sign? Dumating ka in your heart na?
Pinipray ko siya eh. I remember now. There is this retreat. I think it's the retreat where I met him. It's the singles
Big
retreat,
Five.
Big Five. It's called Be One with God. So that
Yeah.
big retreat.
Kaya siya take 1,130.
Nagatan ako.
I think it was Sister Diona who mentioned na when you ladies would ask for a sign that is impossible. And ask for it specifically. But she didn't really recommend na, ladies, if you want to ask for, if you want to meet your mate, diba, or your partner, that they ask for a sign. Wala namang ganun. Pero sinabi lang, if you want to ask for a sign,
Okay.
ask for it specifically.
Impossible.
Yes. And for it to be impossible. Hindi yung, uwi.
Yeah.
Hindi ganun.
Okay, yes.
So-
That's right. And it came from Diona pa.
Diba?
Yeah.
Iba lang. So, yun yung sa akin, I asked for a sign, and it really happened. And somehow, nakakatawa kasi ganun din siya. He asked for a sign, and it happened.
So I didn't know that.
I also didn't know that he asked for a sign. We both didn't know our
Module
signs.
2 ka na nun, di ba?
Two.
Module 1 ako. Kasi may sinasamahan akong friend na atheist.
So, hindi niya narinig yung basis.
So, yeah. As in, salvation, lordship, repentance.
Basic na.
Pero I was really there just to accompany a friend of mine who I was ministering to during that time. But yung sign ko naman, I just pray to God, Lord, I pray tonight if I think of her and she thinks of siya na yun.
And it happened.
Oh my gosh! So nalaman ko from each other. Nagkwentuhan.
I called her and sabi ko sa kanya, do you remember your dream? Tapos sabi niya, you know, I dreamt of you. Eh, nanaginip ako nung gabi niya about her. So, kinilabutan na.
Oh my God, kanino sign yun na una? Sa birds
Sa akin.
or yung sa...
Sa akin.
Yung muna.
Yung
Kasi
dream.
also asked for a sign.
Yeah. But I didn't know that that was his sign, and I didn't know that the sign was
Ah,
answered.
hindi niya pa rin sinabi.
Until naging kami,
Ah,
then
hindi
we
niya
found
kwento?
out. Yeah.
Oh my
Tapos
God.
nag-freak out lang kami na, wait,
Kita tayo ulit, October 3.
And
Ayan,
then,
siya yung good old days.
October 3.
naging kayo. October,
November 22.
oh, winner. I love it. And now it's been 5 years. On Feb.
6.
6 na!
Married.
6 years.
6 married.
6 years married.
And
3
then,
years na...
for
In their relationship.
Yeah.
3 years and a half.
3 years.
I can't imagine God's plan for eternity for married couples.
You know my dream? My dream didn't make sense during that time. She was walking away from me, back there towards me. On one hand, she held the bird cage with one bird, and then one bird was following her around.
Hindi ko alam. Wait, nag-dream niya. Basta ako, I asked for
So
a sign. The 2 birds.
So it didn't make sense during that time, pero now, feeling ko parang baka lang, sinasabi ni God na yung isang bird lumilipad na, ready na, parang so isang bird nasa bird cage.
So, ako siguro yung bird cage that time. Tapos kaya gusto ko na yung dalawang bird time.
Pero grabe, tapos hindi ka alam yan, no?
No.
At all, na bird yung green, na bird yung sign mo. Even when you ask your sign, didn't know na may bird.
No, she did not know.
Wala.
And that has constantly assured you, di ba? Every time
Oh,
you have
yes.
married the Lord.
Yes.
Especially with me.
Grabe! And I'm so happy that we can share it to others.
Yes.
Thank you guys
Thank
for
you, thank
I
you.
really feel the joy of the Lord in both of you. And I know the ripple effect not just to your kids, but to the kids of your kids. And this will have the healing of the world. One godly family at a time.
Yeah.
So thank you for